everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Two defenses come in today hoping they have a chance to make a big play in the secondary, as they both are top 10 in interceptions. It's the Bengals going up against the Browns. With that, let's get up to Cleveland. We're standing by our Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
We're just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Guyton, and Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
This is a young man who has a lot of quiet confidence in his abilities. He won't shout it from the rooftops.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
He'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Vincent Ray coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football. Save some yards.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon, 83 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go.
Football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance.
And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there on 3rd down for the Browns. 42 yards. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan.
And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Isaiah Crowell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And nothing special there. They showed they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flush to his right. He finds some open field here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2nd down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. A little 360.
Oh,
and he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Browns a 1st down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Well, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Well, there's one you don't see often, the illegal forward pass.
And the reason we don't see it very often is the quarterback has to be totally beyond the line of scrimmage for the flag to come out. If any part of the quarterback is behind the line of scrimmage when he throws the ball, then it's not an illegal forward pass.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
A gain of 6 there on first. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pryor has it complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 30.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And a stoppage here. A timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Browns have not been bashful these last 2 weeks when it comes to throwing the football. The Bengals are finding out firsthand they'll have to deal with this passing attack if they want to win. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd down at the 16. Gordon's got nobody around him on the deep pass. And this goes 84 yards for the score. Browns go up by 4. 3rd down, inches to go. Pryor's found on the quick pass and catch, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 3-yard line. Sticking with the same drive, he'll head outside to the right on the run, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. The lead grows to 4. Now to late in the first half. He's going to tuck it and run here, and it's going to end up going for a gain of 22.
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. Tackle made there by Ray Malaluga, the linebacker. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? This offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Defense able to get there, swung to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
On offense, a guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks, so you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker, and on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball.
Football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They're going to look to throw. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
3rd and long, dare we say 3rd and a mile. Pass rushers in sprinter stances, they know they've got a chance to get after him on this play. And somehow he finds a way past them. Gets away and takes off and picks up a 1st down. Can you believe it? Wow.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Coleman has it here right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. A gain of 6 there on first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He's going to air one out, and this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Browns add on to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land.
Start of this next possession, the score, 7-0. And the Browns getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long. But he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runners. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now back to throw, and he rifles one incomplete. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. They'll look to throw here, and he comes back with one complete. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll try and run for it with Crowell. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll give Crowell another crack. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So an extra defensive back on the field. They need a stop here on 3rd and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will extend their lead. the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you... And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. On 3rd down, Crowell. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They'll look to throw. Pryor has it complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on... Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Browns, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they fall to defeat for the 2nd time this season. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Browns, and they're